This is a one-pan fish pie. It's got 3 different types of veggies in, tons of greens, some sneaky fiber in the sauce, and good amounts of protein without this being too carby. You should definitely give this one a try.
Doctor's Kitchen. Recipes, health, lifestyle.
I'm going to put this on a low to medium heat. We're going to start off with the stems of the cavallonera and the Swiss chard because these are woodier. Lots of different benefits of brassicas that you'll find out on the Doctor's Kitchen. I'm just going to roughly chop our fennel here as well. Fennel is one of these delicious ingredients from I used to think it was from the allium family because it looks quite similar and tastes quite similar to spring onions, but this is actually from the umbiflorous family. Again, it's got lots of different polyphenols in. You want to try and get as much diversity as possible, and this is going to be great for your gut. This is something that I would cook myself on a weeknight. I'd have enough for seconds. The serving size I do for this is 2 to 3 people, but you could do this for 4 or more. Just use a slightly bigger pan and double the ingredients. And you're going to see, like, I'm being pretty haphazard about how I'm chopping all the ingredients up here because it doesn't need to be pretty. This does not need to be pretty because this is all going to get sort of hidden in the base of this little pie. In that goes. A little bit more olive oil. And good pinch of salt. And just to increase the speed at which this cooks, I'm gonna pop the lid on. Now, if I wanted it to be sort of brown or like start that sort of caramelization process, I wouldn't put the lid on because that will create steam. But I just actually want to just cook this down as quickly as possible so I can add the rest of the ingredients to this. Let me talk to you about the crumb or the top of this pie gratin situation we've got going. I'm going to use some leftover stale breadcrumbs that I've already made. But because I want to add just a little bit more fats, more flavor, I'm going to use a nut to sort of bulk it up, and it's going to get a nice sort of crispy topping on the top of this as well. So some pistachios I've got here, but you could use walnuts. If you're allergic to any nuts, you could also use pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, any sort of seed would work with this as well. Probably like a half handful of pistachios. That's probably about 20 grams there. In that goes a little bit more because I like pistachios. And then I'm going to add some of these breadcrumbs as well. And then flip those up. All right, so we have this green crumb now that looks and smells absolutely delicious. Just gonna pop that in here. To the same blender, I'm also gonna make this creamy sauce. This is something I just tried out the other day, and I think this is a great way of sneaking chickpeas or any sort of bean into your kids' or your partner's meal without them really figuring out that you've added extra fiber and extra nutrition to their meals. Put a little bit of the chickpea into a little chopper or blender. You can also use a handheld one as well. A little bit of goat's cheese or any sort of cream cheese. You could use cottage cheese. If you wanted to keep this cream plant-based, you could also use like a big hunk of tahini to give that sort of savory tone as well. A little bit of water just to loosen this. Blend it. And this is the sort of texture you want. You want something that's like a little bit loose, but it's going to be like quite creamy when you add it to the pan. And that's going to be like our sauce. Basically, it's gonna look a lot nicer than it does at the moment in this little mixer, but this is gonna add a richness, a creaminess to it, and no one's gonna tell that there's chickpeas in this. All right, so let's check this. And because I'm not using a non-stick pan, we just need to move the veggies around a little bit. But you can see the greens have nicely wilted there. You've got soft fennel pieces at the bottom, or onion if you're using onion. Those stems have completely reduced down as well, and they've become caramelized, which is exactly what we want. You can use whatever fish you like, whatever kind of protein. I'm using big chunks of cod, but you could use whatever robust white fish you've got, whether it's pollock or hake. Even cod cheek would be good as well because it's actually quite cheap and it holds itself. And we're just going to move this round just so everything gets to mingle with each other. A little bit of pepper, a bit of oil, and just make sure everything is nice and loose. That should be on again, low to medium heat. Once this gets to temperature, that's when I'm gonna add this creaminess here. I've actually got one that I made earlier today that just used one type of chickpea instead of the multiple types of chickpea that I put in this one. And you can see it's a lot smoother and homogeneous, whereas this one has got like quite a lot of fiber in from those red and black chickpeas. That's basically what you're looking for, that kind of creamy texture is perfect. For flavor, we're going to go with herb de Provençal. You could use tarragon, you could use dry thyme, oregano. I want this because it's got a lovely floral note to this, and that always kind of reminds me of like fish pies or gratins and stuff. This is the kind of flavor that I want in this, but you could make it your own. You could even use like paprika, you could use chili flakes, even fennel and caraway seed would go well. This is a really, really versatile dish. You could just make it your own. And the reason why I'm adding the herbs now is because I didn't want it to burn. If I put it in with the veggies, the herbs stuck at the bottom, they would have gone blackened a bit, and I just want it coming through now. I want this to be bubbling before I add the crumb on top, drizzle with olive oil, and then into the oven. So this will take about 60 seconds or so, just to get the little blip, blip, blip around the veggies and around the cod that we've got here. This has been about 60 to 90 seconds or so. It's already blipping away nicely. I'm gonna add this crumb to the top, pistachios, some dried bread crumbs. Very, very simple. Bit of oil, salt, and then this is going to go in the oven for around 10 to 12 minutes until it's nicely brown on the top. Yeah, and we're done. It's been 10 minutes in the oven, high heat. That's all you need. This is looking epic. Woo! Look at that, it is gorgeous. It's blipping away, you've got nice crust, that's exactly what we want. It smells delicious. You've got that beautiful herbiness of the herb de Provence. You have the lovely crust on top. It is just what you want from a midweek meal, and it only takes one pan to cook this. There's nothing else really that goes into it. It is super nutritious. You've got 3 different types of veggies in there. You've got good amounts of protein. It's relatively low on the carb side. So if you are watching your carbohydrates, this is a fantastic way of ensuring you're getting a nutrient-dense meal and you're getting plenty of fiber despite the low sugar. Oh, the fish is like perfectly cooked, and can you see that steam? Yes. This isn't going to make you feel drowsy afterwards because we haven't packed this with like tons of carbs or refined sugars. It's going to make you feel satisfied and energetic. This is exactly what you want from a midweek meal. Oh, hot. It's got so much flavor just from that herb mix, the herb de Provence. A little bit of crunch on the top. You've got like a body to it, like the cream or the sauce, whatever you want to call it, gives some body to this whole dish, and it just feels so moorish, so comforting, so hearty, without the heaviness, without that sort of feeling like, oh, if I eat this, I'm gonna fall asleep. This is exactly what you want from your food. You wanna try?
I want to try.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, it looks good, hey?
I wasn't surprised.
It's quite hot still. Good? You'd never think there's chickpeas in this. You'd never think. No.